Alright, so in order to understand ISO, we have to look at an example. Okay, so this is part of the assignment. It's very simple. You set up 3 batteries, okay? And the reason I chose batteries is because they have a little writing on them. Notice there's some spacing here. Okay, it doesn't matter the spacing though, just as long as they are distant from each other. Turn on your camera. We're going to set this up. It has to be on a tripod, okay? Just for this example. So you're going to be producing these same shots that I am showing you. That way you can see firsthand the benefits of knowing what ISO is. Alright, so this first part, just make sure this is on S. And how I change that is I hold down this little button and switch it over to S. This one, I switch that over to M. And how I do that is I hold this little button, switch it over to M. Cool. Next, I'll hit live view, just so it's easier to show or demonstrate on this. I have to make sure there's an SD card in here. Okay, if I insert the SD card, notice live view goes away. Make sure your lens is fully extended. Make sure that you have a lens like this one, either 18 to 300 millimeter or 18 to 200 millimeter. The longer the lens, the more you can show this effect off. So essentially I'm covering 2 different things here, ISO and depth of field. Make sure it's on automatic, MA. Alright. The last one is my focus. So if I hold this button and rotate this, you see how that icon changes. I want the pin. What that'll allow me to do is now aim this square at the first battery. And then I have this hooked up. Okay? So this gets plugged into here, and I can take pictures by pressing the button. What I want to do is put this one in focus. In order for this to work, my aperture needs to be really low. So I rotate this dial in the very front. Okay, and you can see by rotating that dial in the front, my aperture changes. So I want to lower that to the lowest aperture I can. And that'll allow more light into the camera. The smaller the number, the bigger the hole where light can enter the camera. Alright, sweet. The last thing is, well, there's a few more things, but hit info until this light meter shows up. So the light meter, what I want to do is first show you the example of ISO being too high. So if you hold ISO, see how it changes from yellow to white? Alright, so you go ISO, and then you rotate this button. You hold the ISO button, and let's crank that bad boy up to as high as it gets. In this case it is high 2.0. Alright, now take your magic button. Again, make sure that it is on the first battery using the little joystick. Lightly press the button and it should focus on the first battery. and press hard on the release. Very, very bright, right? Okay, so look at the meter. So the meter is at plus. So we're going to rotate this dial until it's at 0. Let's try that again. Perfect. All right, let's move the cursor over to the other battery. Take the shot, and I want you to move it to the middle one. Take the shot. All right, so those are your first 3 pictures that you need. These are with high ISO. Now, the ones that you have to do yourself are the low ISO. So in this case, I would lower this number. So holding that, lowering this to as low as it gets. How did I do that? You might have to rewind the video. And the other one is you have to get this meter back to 0 using this. So how did I do that? You might have to rewatch that little part of the video. Okay, and then I want you to take the same 3 shots. Altogether, you'll have 6 shots that you're turning in for this. All right, well that is ISO. You'll see with your own eyes what the difference is right off the bat.